what to do. Welcome. We'll start with the land acknowledgement. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksikai, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Gaina, the Bigani.
How come you're so little?
And the Amska, Bigani, because I was slouching.
Slouchy sloucher son.
We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Tsuut'ina, the Akabi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation, guided by truth, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands, and who now call this place home. We are so grateful to be here making art with you. We got Theo joining. Hi, Theo.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. I feel, alive and not hurting too much. So, hey, that's always a bonus.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay. Oh, I'm going to go to paper towel.
Paper towels are here.
Papier? Okay.
The Coke. Where's the Coke thing? Where's the Coke can? It's got paper towels in it. Hello, Ozzy. How's it going? Yeah. Brought to you by Coca-Cola.
It's that time of year, no?
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. I have a slower. I don't have internet on tonight on my computer because I left the adapter at school.
Oh, okay. Will you bide?
How I'd hate going out in the cold. All the way home I'll be warm.
Since no place to go. We had a nice time painting at your school yesterday. Hey,
What are you working on?
I'm working on watercolor.
Talk to the people.
I
Talk to the people. Talk to the people.
Oh, I was going to talk about how nice it was painting with you.
But they're over here. Gotta look at the camera.
Then I can't paint.
Well, you have to enunciate towards the camera. Do you remember our whole thing was like, I love you, and I love you, and I love you.
I am very grateful to be here and making art with you. It is hard not looking at the art.
Is the mic on?
Yeah. I think, I was just thinking about how nice it was making art yesterday with your kids. And I'm working on a watercolor. I did a really intense gouache background, and then I often will just like want to stop at a pretty background, but I thought I'll make this into something. I'm also thinking about Frankenstein. And I was thinking about, it's kind of like when I would watch Disney movies, and I'd like the beginning of the movies, but then I wouldn't like the second half of the movie when it got scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's very exciting, and you like think about the excitement of watching that film. And I mean, no, you think about the excitement of like someone creating a human, and like that hubris and the gall it would take. But then I think that's something we value, is like the audacity to like create something.
Mm-hmm.
But then how he treated the creation is just so sad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then and it's such a beautiful film. They did such a good job making it. We definitely are more Frankenstein people than Dracula people, would you say?
Yeah.
Like
like everything I've done was like, Rich, you created a monster. Like,
it could be a personality test, like which horror
sure.
thing do you fall into?
Yeah. That could be a thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because for sure, like, what we did with Gorilla House wholeheartedly changed a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And really not always for the good. Right? Like there was a lot of like disturbed shit. I don't mean to say like disturbing, but just like things got disturbed by what we did.
Right, yeah. I like that.
And I remember it got back to me that within a few weeks of us opening, the 1st September, one of the art instructors at AU Arts was holding a class discussing it. And I thought that was pretty bold because this instructor had not been to the gallery. And
right.
Clearly the gallery had made a big enough impact in its first few weeks of being around that somebody felt compelled to discuss its merit.
Right.
And I remember thinking, well, that's kind of nice, but why don't you come down? Because would I ever beginning a class on an event that I had no experience with, right? And it was like insane to me that they would presume to have an opinion having not been there.
Right.
And that it was so accessible and easy to come by.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been really easy to drop in and have an educated opinion, you know?
Yeah. And we could
but even just having a survey class discuss an event that you know nothing about and that you've turned down an invitation to come and be part of was like shocking to me. There were, I mean, to the credit of the institution, there were a handful of instructors that did come down and even took
on
part.
their own. Yeah.
And I thought that was remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And it also gave a certain amount of credence to what we were doing, that instructors from AU Arts would show up.
Mm-hmm.
But this one teacher that was having a survey class and discussing us, it's really harmful, right? Like like we talk about awards sometimes, and how sometimes now people want us to show up for events so they can acknowledge what we did in the past. It's like, why would you wait until I'm recovered to try and give me the support that I needed 10 years ago? And furthermore, you know, this idea that I was trying to build something, and an instructor in an arts institution was dismantling it, like from outside the fence.
Yeah.
And there wasn't even a fence. The whole point was we were
To take down the fence.
inviting everybody in, and it was just, I was gobsmacked. I was absolutely gobsmacked that would happen. Now, I've actually never spoken to the instructor myself, so I could start by saying I only have secondhand information that even took place.
Right.
But there was also definitely 2 or 3 artists that we were involved with that did it, and then their attention shifted, which nothing was ever mandatory in that space.
Yeah.
But I just can't fathom why somebody would do that.
Yeah. I think people make uneducated statements a lot.
Yeah,
so.
but to educators,
but to teach a class on an uneducated statement.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the leap of denial you'd have to make to go that far off the mark. Why am I using this brush? I hate this brush. I'm putting it there. You ever like get your hands on like a cheap brush and there's nothing handy in that moment, but then like later on it becomes part of your life?
I guess so.
I've got a couple of brushes that I've been using for decades now.
Yep.
But I've never felt that whatever it was that Rich just said, my brain has already forgotten.
Well, how many brushes do you have?
That I'm using continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And are these brushes?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 brushes that I use mostly, and then a couple other ones if I go really big.
How often do they wear out?
Honestly, they don't.
Yeah, that's
for me.
Watercolor.
Especially from the days at the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
My brushes would like literally the bristles would wear right off down to the
nubbins
stump, and they'd have different personalities. So
yeah, that makes sense.
A fresh brush would be a brush that I was painting with, and an older brush would take on like a persona, like, oh, this is the brush I'm going to use for hair, or
yeah,
this is the persona.
This is my chaos brush.
Yeah,
only chaos with this brush. Tonight's show is brought to you by the sound of tape.
That's right.
T for tape.
T is for tape. So I do have another sound that you might hear at some point.
That's ominous.
And that will be most likely a kitty named BJ.
Oh, that's so nice.
And possibly, but probably not, another kitty named Ozzy.
Oh.
So I adopted two older kitties. Ozzy's 7, BJ's 9.
Did they come with names?
Yep. Well, yeah, they were named. They had their story was the household that they were living in. The person died. They'd been rescue cats once, and then got to the place where they were living, and then unfortunately the gentleman that lived there passed away.
Oh.
So they had to go back. They go back to ARCs. That's where I got them through, and it was, I imagine, pretty traumatic for them to be removed again from their house, their forever home, they thought, and then live about. Oh, they were there about 2 weeks before I rolled along. They're stuck with me now, so they're slowly getting used to me. Yeah.
That is very nice.
Yeah, they're two sweet kitties. One's a tuxedo and one's an all black panther. BJ's the panther and Ozzy's the tuxedo.
Oh.
Did you say they came from the same space?
Yeah.
Do you know where BJ came from, the name? Is it BJ McKay?
No. The BJ is short for Bojangles.
That's wonderful.
And how they got their names, I don't know. I could ask it because the woman who I talked to at ARCS, it was her father that passed.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
And she was very, very happy that I came along and said, "Hi, I'm looking for 2 older kitties."
Oh.
My
Here's
ex,
one of them. This is BJ.
Oh my.
He's a big boy.
Nice to meet you, BJ.
Yeah.
Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah. Mr. Bojangles.
Oh,
He's a big suck kitty.
that is
Aren't
so
you?
cute.
Yeah, you are.
That is so nice to me.
my ex, Felix's mom, had 2 cats when I met her. And Felix was closer to Oliver's age. I mean, Oliver was closer to Felix's age.
Yeah.
And he was deathly allergic to cats.
Oh.
So I kind of told her, like, listen, I got a kid with cat allergies. And she quite heroically found a home for her cats. And then
Good on her.
we bought a house. And just as we're about to move into the house, the 2 young ladies that were taking care of the cats decided to move out of their apartments and return the cats to whatever transition had happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think the story might have been that the cats had tattoos. And
Yeah.
They sort of abandoned the cats.
Oh, geez.
So then the people that find cats through tattoos had
Yep. contacted
her to say, your cats are without homes. But at that point, there was no way to... I often wonder, like, how do people know that they won't end up in a relationship that can't have cats when they get pets? Like, you just have to get rid of those people in your life.
I'm sure in a lot of cases the cats win. It just depends. Just depends on how tight the person is to their kitties, because they're family members after a while, eh?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, then there was a point where 12 years later, she had moved on with her life, and I'd moved on with my life, and we'd become pretty good friends.
Yeah.
But over COVID, we considered getting a cat. She's like, "You better not," because she'd given up her cat. But it was just traumatic when she was trying to find a home for those cats. And
Yeah. Well, like both these guys have got a chip in them, and I guess that's something that ARCS does, regardless of any cat that comes into under its care.
right.
And I know when I got my other two kitties, Nolan and Ellie, Nolan had a chip in him. He also had been tattooed and the whole thing. And Ellie had been a feral, so she didn't have anything.
I love that. Feral
Are
Ellie.
tattoos unkind? Is that like
Oh no,
thing I
it's
should
just another way of knowing if your kitty goes missing, it's got a chance. And then they both had collars with the city license thing on it and everything. Yeah. So I'll mostly be working on books of stuff tonight, and as it turns out, I'm arriving. I didn't think I would at some point this year, but I'm going to hit 1,000 books of stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So the 1,000 one's going to be a very special one.
Did you ever see a movie called Smoke?
Pardon?
Smoke?
That does not ring a bell.
Mm.
No.
It was about this guy, Harvey Keitel, really, and William Hurt. And he ran a smoke shop, but he also had this habit of getting out on the sidewalk and taking a picture every day.
Yeah.
And it was kind of an intuitive art project, but it wasn't in any way an art project that had like a manifesto or even a solid maybe understanding what he's doing. And I think William Hurt in the movie was a little more like inherently art knowledgeable than the fellow doing the photography. But it was I was always like, I just loved the idea of this guy that just kept making this thing and didn't really have any intention, just made it because he had to make it. And I thought that was like one of the most pure ideas in art. So when you're telling me you're making your 1,000th
book of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of what I admire in art making is that intentionality and permanence. And
well, it's my way. It's one way that I deal with all of the stuff that mail artists send me.
Yeah.
And also all of the stuff that I make and that I find that interesting, and then having made these beasts, boop, boop, boop. Yay. I am silly. Okay. And then having mailed these things, I send them back out into the mail art world. Oh, Theodore, you are such a klutz. Okay.
Actually, I don't know why I just thought of this right now because you said Theodore. I had I taught a boy named Theodore,
Yeah.
and he gave me this mug like 10 years ago, just about, and I use it all of it's like one of my most favorite mugs, and his name was Theo Storm. What a cool name, hey? Theo Storm.
I think as a kid, the name Theodore was one of the things I disliked the most in the universe.
Really?
Yeah.
Mash up. Mash up.
Also, like when you're a kid, and you might have been like Jesse, but then if you're in trouble, you'd have been Jessica. But if you're in like real trouble, you'd like Jesse Elise. Yeah. Theodore to me is significant of like real trouble. Like the police are coming.
Well, I was a Theodore. My short name was Ted.
Oh. When did you become Theo?
Early 90s. There was this guy that I would attend these conferences down in San Francisco, and there was a guy who was way up the food chain in computing named Ted Nelson, and our names kept getting crossed up. So I decided, I never particularly cared for Ted. I could never understand how Ted came from Theodore. And I just decided, well, I like Theo a lot better. So I became Theo.
I love that.
Richard Halliday went by the name Rich. And so they called him Rich Halliday. And he would call me Rick. And I'm like, my name's Rich. He's like, right, Rick. I'm like, no, my name's Rich. I'm like, it's the same name as you. Like, but he just renamed me.
You did love him, so maybe.
I still love him.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad about it. I was just like shocked that he couldn't remember my name. We have the same name. It's not that hard, man.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is, my junior high wrestling jacket came when I was in grade 7, and it said Richard on the sleeve. And I really wanted a sports team jacket when I was a kid, but I did have a habit of getting first cuts from the sports teams because I was kind of a pain in the ass, and I didn't know those things were connected. But I remember when I got my wrestling jacket, it said Richard on the sleeve. My friend Brett's like, why does it say Richard? I'm like, dude, because that's my name. He's like, no one's ever called you that. And that's when I first recognized that Rich should become my identity. And I really haven't had, I have one nickname, it's kind of cheesy, but for the most part, I didn't have other nicknames. It was just always Rich, except from like when I said Halliday, changed my name. And I think there's also a point there where people start referring to you. Well, first you start out with a name that your parents gave you. And then there's a point in your life where you kind of earn a shortened version of your name. And then I often tell the kids at school, and then there's furthermore a point where you start to establish enough purpose that your first name gets melded with your second name. So at the point that you become Rich Theroux again, like, hey, did you hear Rich Theroux was climbing lampposts at the party on Friday? Like, that's kind of where your goal should be to try and become infamous,
Infamous Rich Theroux.
And then I was trying so hard to remember what the Felix nickname we gave us the other day was, because it kind of had a double meaning. It's closer to the end of summer, but we decided I could be the impossible Rich Theroux, which is funny on many levels because if you're thinking of it in a flattering manner, maybe I pull off the impossible, but probably
And
not.
also the other one.
I was getting there, Theo. But thanks.
Yeah, I know. I can be such a dink.
No, I made that joke. That was where that came from. It was like also the impossible rich saver kind of fits. So I think like Felix had said it kind of as a compliment. He's young enough that he still thinks his
Yeah.
dad is cool. And I said that's actually kind of fits on a couple levels. And he thought that was hilarious. Because I think he was kind of like backpedaling to say, I don't mean it like that. I mean it like this. I was like, it's
You're like, you're not wrong.
it works both ways. So
Yeah. Totally.
yeah, no, you do it all the time.
I just love you so much.
If you love me, you'd stop elbowing me.
So close to you.
What color underpants would Santa Claus have?
Blue.
Blue? No, I have a blue sky.
Green.
Orange.
Yeah, red and green. Make them Scottish. It's a tartan.
Are you Scottish?
No.
Oh.
No, not in the slightest.
My friend Paul, last name Shreenan. His mother's maiden name was Greenan. And then later in life, he came across the tidbit that the Greenans were Shreenans who'd moved from Ireland to Scotland. The other time that happened in my life, I had a friend named Braithwaite. And I was asking him something, and he kind of shocked me because what I was asking him had to do with like his mother's maiden name. We're like building something of relevance. I'm like, what was your mother's maiden name? And he's like, Braithwaite. And I was like, no. Like, that's your Braithwaite. What was your mother's maiden name? Braithwaite. I'm like, what was your dad's last name? He was like, Braithwaite. I was like, what's your mom's last name? He was like, Braithwaite. I'm like, no. Before they were married, what was her last name? And for like the 9th time, he's like, Braithwaite. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But he didn't have any extra fingers or anything, so.
If I put the white all around the pupil, will that look more scared and less cartoony?
You asking me?
Yeah. How do I? He just looks like this goat looks terrified, but this horse just looks like it's just like meh. I think it's the.
It's cute that you think I'm going to answer that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't answer that if I didn't respect you as much as I do. But I just like to see what you're coming up with.
Come on.
Now, that came out wrong because there are people I have given like art advice to, but they would be people that had established a lack of confidence. And I would have said something along the lines of, is it okay if I give you a little tip? And they'd be like, yeah, please. But that's not to say that if I've given anybody an art tip that I don't respect them. I'm just like, there's no way I would answer that for you. Like, that's probably my best compliment in the art room is you're on your own, kid. Sometimes I'll draw a portion of a thing and leave it half finished for them to finish. They're like, can you do the other side? I'm like, you're on your own. But that's my way of saying I believe in you.
Gosh.
I believe in you. There must be a song using that phrase.
I believe in you.
I believe in you. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a Frampton song.
I'm trying. I can just about hear it.
Are you hiding, PJ?
I'm BJ McKay, and this is my best friend Bear. You have no idea what that is.
Sitting by the doorway and saying hello.
Sitting in the spot by the door.
That's good.
I was sitting here early before. Wasting time. What do you think of my painting?
Oh my!
You always say that.
It's very nice.
It
Thanks.
is very nice.
I thought at first it was Santa going down a chimney,
It's not.
but then I realized no, it's just Santa getting dressed.
He's having like a. Who
I
knows?
thought the other side, my side was more interesting because it meant he was going down a chimney that was in the middle of, just in a chunk of land.
You know that house on it's on Blackfoot? That's just like a roof and a roof and a no. On my paper has like a faux bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some nice illustration board at the bottom, but
It does.
it's not what I wanted.
And I always cut up the borders for use in other things, and the green I just keep around for green. I missed last week's show. What did you guys get up to?
Well, we sat around for a couple hours, made some art, and talked some.
Really?
It was kind of like.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's funny because
you didn't have any special visitors?
Did we?
Like is Zach still in Japan?
I hope Zach's okay.
I don't remember who came last week.
Yes.
Oh,
What is it supposed to be doing? You know that I'm in my studio. I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of an art show this weekend.
Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm. Is Mr. Silly Guy back up in his favorite spot? I can't tell. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of an art show this weekend.
Oh, where?
In their apartment.
Oh, sweet. What time?
7 till 9 on Friday, Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's soup, the Teruvian soup. There will be some of Jess's artwork and some of Rich's artwork.
sweet. Well, I shall have to try and come down on Friday.
Friday would be perfect.
Very nice.
And I know the building, but is your name on a buzzer thingy, or is it just a number?
We'll send you the details.
Okay. Sounds good. In return, I will send you a picture of Ozzy and BJ.
That is so nice.
I think this can go right here. Yeah. Boop. Boop.
We had been spending
Mm-hmm.
almost as much money on film as we were on food. And there was different sort of stages we went through. One of the things I really became super aware of is I ordered some records today, and we didn't order records over the teacher strike. And I jokingly have been telling people that I've been using photography and my love for music to manage the fact that Jess and I quit drinking. And surprisingly, when the records were on their way, I recognize a feeling in my chest that I get when I get a new record that really comes back to that's where I'm getting my healthy dopamine from. So it was such an incredible relief to get in the car and see a message from Jesse saying that we're getting new records today. So I don't ever worry about the amount of money we've spent on film. That's not true. Or records, but I completely justify whatever amount of money we end up spending on film and records, because that's where I'm getting my stability from. The early stages of the film, I was shooting on instant cameras. So it started at our wedding. This is 6 years ago.
Yeah.
On a lark, I bought a Polaroid, and we handed out the Polaroid with, I think, about $250 worth of film available. Back then, even, it was about $4 a photo. So we calculated out the photos we had and said, listen, it's $4 a photo. Can you please take thoughtful shots? And I think because the film was so expensive, the people that got their hands on the camera really were thoughtful about the pictures they took. Some of the best pictures we had at the wedding came from just the crowd taking pictures on the Polaroid. I ended up going through, I think, 3 Polaroids before I moved on to Fujifilm. And then when I was working on Fujifilm, I went through probably maybe even 4 or 5 cameras along the way. Each time I would find somebody to take over the camera from me. So none of these cameras went to waste. Just started shooting 35 millimeter.
Were the Fuji films instant too?
Yes.
Okay.
Fujifilm was instant and about half the price of the Polaroid. So my first Polaroid was $4 a photo. My second Polaroid was down to about $2 a photo. I kept working the Fujifilm was closer to a little more than $1.30 a photo ish, right? Jess got herself a half frame camera, which I was super intrigued with because that meant I got 72 photos for the price of 36 photos. And I also really liked that I was really enamored with the small photos when I started shooting. I liked that you had to use your imagination to keep up with the image. But then I started seeing the magic that she was pulling off with her 35. And she also has another camera that takes 1 photo per 2 frames. So she's got a camera that's only got like 17 frames per roll.
Oh.
That's quite expensive, right? And then so we have the benefit of the store separating our costs in a way that you don't see the full magnitude of what you're spending your money on, because it might be like $18 for the film, and then it might be $20 to get the film developed, and then you're paying for prints, which in total can be $50 to $60 for your roll of film.
Yeah.
And given that that's how I was maintaining my mental stability, that was working out quite well. Other than when we got to the teacher strike, and it was like, I think we're spending money on 2 things left, which is film and food, right? And so it got in my head that I might want to make a shift, and I was also getting to the point where I wasn't as enamored with the smaller photos, and I wanted to start taking higher quality photos, but I was really worried about the cost. So I was thinking about moving to just a regular 35 millimeter camera, and my half frame camera, my thumb kind of wore out the
Clicker?
the film advance.
Yeah.
Which just devastated me because I've been going through these different cameras, and one of the things I was really looking for was a camera that I could commit to and know would be there forever. And when I wore out, so I ended up buying a little bit expensive new camera, and I thought, well, since it's new, it'll last forever. And I wore it out in about 6 months. It is still headed back to Pentax to get fixed. And when I get it back, I'm giving it away because if my thumb wore it out in 6 months, my thumb's going to wear it again. And
No one needs that kind of negativity in there.
I don't need that kind of negativity. I think, I imagine my son and his girlfriend probably have gentler fingers than me. So I'm going to give the Pentax to Oliver. And that's what happens is, like, I get my hands on a camera. It's close to the right camera. It's not exactly the right camera. And then I give it to somebody that's kind of interested. And, there's more photographers in my life. And,
So
Jesse and I finally got the cameras that we were super interested in over the strike, which was ridiculous because we weren't buying celery to try and make up for the lack of funds. And then because of that, we had to shift to developing at home. And so we've been developing at home, which saves us $20 every single roll of film. And then we I didn't expect this to happen, but we kind of settled on the Canon. I don't remember the number.
CP1500.
Yeah, so it's like a home little mini printer that does like photos onto printers. And it'd be nice if at some point we go full analog with a darkroom. But we've got half a darkroom. We've got the half a darkroom where we can do our own developing for the negatives, and then we take the negatives to the scanner and print them off on a little digital printer.
Yeah.
That uses, not ink, but cartridges that are actually not too different than the Polaroid that I started with. So it's interesting. It's been an interesting path.
Speaking of cameras that giving away, do you know anyone who could make use of a Canon 20D?
What is it? Is it digital?
It's digital. Yep. Got a rucksack to carry it in, the whole 9 yards.
How come you're giving it away?
Because I never use it. I bought it a gazillion years ago.
Yeah.
To take pictures of my art.
Right.
And now my stuff is all so small, I can do it in my 12 by 18 scanner.
Yeah.
And get a much better job.
Right.
So, and I'm just not, I used to be with a camera most of the time when I was living in Vancouver and Burnaby, but I just lost the, even though I, carry around a camera in my phone all the time, I very seldom use it. So
I'm in the exact opposite extreme of that I find right now. I'm not even very interested in drawing and painting. I'm drawing and painting for the purpose of the show right now. But what I'm really intrigued with is shooting photos. It's kind of all I want to do right now. One of the teachers at my school, there's 2 Volkswagens that are blue that drive out to Cochrane in the mornings. And one of the teachers was like, "Oh, I saw you driving up the road the other day and it wasn't you, but then I saw you again yesterday and it was you." And the reason I knew it was you is because halfway down the highway, the window came down and that arm came out of the window and a camera took a picture of the mountains. And I thought, only Rich would do that. And I do recognize there'll be a moment where I get $700 distracted driving fine. So I'm not proud of that, but I believe it happened.
It is the smaller people.
Well, you got to have your story straight. You know, no, I was signaling to you, officer. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Exactly. You just have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Prepared for that situation. More hot water.
I'd love more hot water. What should I draw?
I'm drawing scared carousel animals.
Something wicked this way comes. There's kind of a buried rotting Model T in the Douglas Fir Trail. And it's not really a Model T, it's just a really old car. Maybe.
I said it was a Model A.
Oh, Model A, but it is a Ford?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the age range of a Model A versus a Model T? Are you sure?
Model A's started happening in the 1920s. Model A's or Model T's started back around mid 1900s, early 19, somewhere around there anyway. Yeah. Or in the teens. Yeah, I think in the teens.
Is my birthday one?
Yeah.
Fatu. This is the right one.
You guys hear me?
Hi, yeah.
Okay, because I just got a new laptop, so
Nice.
I sold my other one to the caregiver who takes care of my mom. Because she didn't have one, so.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I sort of feel like photography is just kind of harder and more interesting than drawing for me right now. And I think that it's kind of an interesting spot for me to be in because I'm just super intrigued on making it work.
That's pretty fun. It's kind of like that when you oscillate from like drawing from source and then drawing from imagination. It's like
it's never, whatever you're doing feels inferior. Like I should be
Yeah.
working harder.
Yeah.
That is something that started with me watching the TV show Fame. And everybody on Fame was a triple threat, except from Leroy and Bruno. Leroy was a dancer and didn't really play music, and Bruno was a musician who didn't really dance. And the fact that everybody else could do everything, there'd be a scene where everybody was just dancing. And Bruno would be kind of off in the corner playing the piano or keyboard or something and trying to keep up. And later on, there'd be a scene where Leroy was dancing while they're making up music. And it just seems so like whatever wasn't going on just seems so futile, you know? Like I thought, oh, poor Leroy, all he does is dance. And then I think, oh, Bruno, all he does is make music. Like I could never really like just be amazed by what was happening, that everybody was contributing. I always had to like look at it with this negativity that like, and then if I was sculpting, I'd be like, oh, I should be painting. And if I was painting, I'd be like, really, I should be, drawing. And if I was drawing, I was like, really, I should be sculpting. Just never ending disappointment with myself. I also wonder when I say things like that, how like other people in different practices would respond. Like, wow, that's really shitty that you think one's better than the other. But it's just like whatever I'm into at that moment, it feels like I should be doing something that's harder.
Yeah.
Tell you what, don't ever take up brain surgery.
Why?
Because when you're doing it, you'll be thinking, I should be doing something more difficult.
You need,
Oh.
you need to be focused on the task. at
There's
hand.
this amazing BBC skit where it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Actually, it's probably the only funny thing I've ever seen. Everything else is kind of like
It's like the only funny thing
not that
about
funny.
this.
And I ran into one of those moments with McGregor today because he always teases me about how I didn't think Napoleon Dynamite was funny. And I really didn't think Napoleon Dynamite was funny. I was like, this is a 2-hour movie about nothing.
You're a tough audience, Rich. Gee.
I am. And even when I'm laughing on the inside. Like I think Michael Rourke once said to me during a Loose Moose show, like, are you enjoying the show at all? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you just sit there with your arms folded. I'm like, I'm laughing on the inside. And
Tony says it's funny.
yeah, right. So like I have to sit in the back or else I upset my friends. And but the skit that's so funny on the BBC is there's this pompous guy, and the lady introduces him. She's like, "Oh, this is Lionel. He's a brain surgeon." And the lady's like, "Oh, that's very interesting." And he goes, "Yes, it's very difficult to be a brain surgeon." And then he's like, "What do you do to earn a crust?" And she's like, "Oh, I work in I don't know, like charities." He's like, not exactly brain surgery, is it? And then I should know because I'm a brain surgeon. And so it goes on and on and on about how he's like, won't shut up about being a brain surgeon. And it's hilarious. But it's also, there's a layer of predictability to it because as the skit carries on, this other fella shows up late to the party and they're like, oh, this is whoever, I can't remember the other name. He's like, he works with rockets. And you can just feel the build up to like, you know, he's like, what do you do? He's like, oh, mostly work with rockets. He's like, oh, well, I'm a brain surgeon. He's like, well, not exactly rocket science, is it?
It had the potential. Most definitely.
Yeah, the funniest thing I've ever seen. I watch it all the time. Not exactly rocket science. I'm conflicted about this photo because the lady in this photo saw me sitting with my camera and I was focusing and doing my light readings while Jesse was shopping. And then I was waiting for Jessie to move up to the till so she'd be in frame and in focus. And then I took the photo and it was like the lady at the till really sort of like spiked me and thought, did you get consent to take my photo? Which I should have. But I didn't know how to get her out of the photo of my wife that I wanted to take, right? Like, how do you do that? In the olden days, they used to just take people's photos, you know?
Yep.
They didn't have a sense of like propriety and so.
Well, then again, if you're out in public and someone takes your picture, you know, and you want to get upset about it, go right ahead. You know, fuck you. Say, obviously I am old school with no sensitivity to other people's wants and desires. But, you know, getting upset about having a public photo taken of yourself is, rather silly given the way society has geared itself to taking pictures of frigging everything so that they can control you.
Like, there's a difference when you're shooting analog that there might be some space to go back to the old ways because it's not like I'm taking a photo to put you on social media. I'm taking a photo with my camera, and I need to get the lighting right, and I need to get the focus right, and there's a good chance it won't turn into anything, and it's very unlikely you'll be able to make sense of what I've taken a photo of anyways. So while I'm still learning, I have a lighter self-critique, right? And I talk to my students about that. There's paintings I would let my students get away with at school and talk to them about how maybe in the future that's not appropriate, but while they're learning, I'll at least let them finish them. I'm not like cutting them out at the knees while they're working. So so that said, while I'm learning, I wasn't focusing on like am I taking this with respect or what have you? I was just trying to get the lighting right. And it was after the fact that I was like, I had a feeling like maybe she didn't like that I took a picture of my wife and she was near the frame. But it was just a feeling.
Yeah.
But I also found, like, and I think, did we talk about this last week? Is there a sense that if you've ever let somebody try your glasses on, they'll put the glasses on and within 1 or 2 seconds, they'll go, "Whoa, are you ever blind?" And you're like, "Well, how did I know you're going to say that?" And then there's these reoccurring things. I've kind of like, Jess and I have been walking around taking photos, and a couple of the smarmiest people are that you go into like buy a coffee, or like there's this one place we're kind of wondering, did they have room at the tables, and kind of scout clothes we're wearing. We're kind of underdressed for the event. And he's like, "Oh, and you have your little cameras." I'm like, okay, like I know when you minimize the size of my camera, you're indicating some level of disdain, but we also seem to have like triggered a few people that were walking around with analog cameras. And maybe I think there might be like kind of like an in vogue nature to or hipsters walking around with cameras and taking photos, and so we've fallen into some demographic of something that's a popular fad or something. I don't know. It's not my process. I gave up drinking, so I started shooting photos, and it could be I started shooting photos because the cameras became available, and maybe the cameras became available because there's some sort of retro hipster fad, but I didn't have it in my mind that I wanted to be anybody. I just was like, that looks great, and I could maintain my health better if I do that. So I'm kind of like irritated at the smarminess I've heard from some of the people that are commenting on the cameras, because it sort of passive aggressively sounds like they're acknowledging that, oh, that's interesting, but it also sort of feels like layered with some spit, And I just don't know where that comes from, because I don't think that way. I wouldn't look at somebody with a camera and go, "Oh, your little camera." It doesn't bother me they say it. I don't understand why they invest the energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because clearly, hipster is not my problem. Like this one kid, we knew this guy who was doing all the records for everybody at RCA. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to Brett's house for New Year's?" The Strokes are playing his New Year's party at his house. I was like, "No, I'm actually teaching that week, and there isn't time for me to get to New York and back." It was like a late back to school, like January or early back to school. And so I went back to school. I taught this kind of crazy kid that was a little bit feral. He was misbehaving, and I asked him to stop. He's like, "You think you're so cool because you're a teacher?" I was like, "I gave up cool to be a teacher." Like literally, I'm in the class while all my friends are listening to the Strokes
At a house party.
at a house party at my friend's house in New York. I'm like, "Dude, you caught me on the wrong day."
I gave up cool.
I did.
Look, this is my carousel horse.
Flip the camera over so it's big.
Carousel horse. And I just hear it screaming. And then I'm going to do the goat next, which I laugh every time I flip to the page. So I'm very excited about that. Look, watch this.
No, it's funny.
Goats just make me laugh. I just need to carry this around with me whenever I'm stressed. I'll just look at the screen and go.
Yeah, what are you stressed about?
Nothing now.
Okay.
Just so happy.
What have you been stressed
Nothing.
about? Okay.
Nothing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about goats.
Oh, I see. Denial.
Denial. Oh, it's Felix's joke about the river. Oh my God.
I was so glad he wasn't here to make that joke. I
So
was like, "Oh,
funny.
it's nice. Felix isn't here." And then you did.
I just was living it. Just living it.
What do you think of this painting, Jesse?
I love it. It is so festive.
Yeah. It's also kind of neat that, like, I do kind of enjoy having these photos to work from. Because I'm just like, I'm not anti-painting. Like, I always paint. It's how I stay alive. But I'm kind of like just not really excited about painting right now.
Yeah.
Super excited about the photography. Here's another funny thing. I hate how this looks on camera, but I like how it looks in person. So maybe what I'll try is holding it to the other camera.
Yeah, do it. Flip it over.
Did you put the big screen on or did I? Like this.
Oh my, it's beautiful.
In it. Okay.
I like it in both cameras.
You're just being
But
different.
then my sense of criticism is, I come from the printing industry. Yeah, that's good enough.
Right. Well, I think you would approve of our new printer. We'll wait and see what it looks like with color.
Is it a 6-color ink?
3.
Pardon?
It's got
3.
3 passes of cyan, magenta, and yellow, and that's where the black comes from in the ink.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even have a black layer. I was
My goodness.
absolutely shocking.
Shocking.
There we go. Do you
Yeah.
like my photo?
It's nice.
Thanks. I thought you were going to say good enough.
Well, it is, and because you're only printing in grayscale, you're going for grayscale black and white effects. CMY printer is perfect for it. Gives it deeper hues.
We haven't. Yeah, I'm also not doing any Photoshop on these.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you consider I have some mad Photoshop skills. Here's one of Jesse.
That's mine. Yeah.
This is the view out the back of my school. Action on that. I love this as a photo, but it'd be kind of a boring painting, you know.
Train track.
I like these.
Yeah.
Headshots of Felix. This is the other view of my school. There.
Is that a door handle that I was seeing on the left side of that pic, or was that something else?
That door doesn't have a handle, but there was a door.
No. Okay.
You must have envisioned.
Yeah, it could be. I do that a lot.
It was a door hinge.
A door. Oh, a door hinge. Well, there you go.
Door hinge.
Yeah. Door hinge. Dirty horse hinge.
But
Carousel goats? Like, why were they ever making horses?
people don't like goats.
Love goats so much.
What do you love so much?
Goats.
Goats. Oh,
I just
well,
love goats.
they, along with dogs, are the only 2 animals in humanity's life that can read a person's face.
Oh, I like that.
They've been with us that long.
Do people eat goats?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's it called? Goat meat. What's it called? Mutton?
No, that's sheep.
Right. What's goat meat called?
Don't know, but I can't recall a name for it other than goat meat. You know,
Where would I see goat meat?
good question. Someplace where goats are really, really prevalent. So they came out of the Middle East, as that's where they've been with us the longest, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were valued for their milk,
That's what I thought.
you know, because people, hadn't, a lot of folks still had a lactose intolerance from cow milk. It was a big deal to humanity when that gene started propagating that let them drink cow milk.
What year was that?
have no idea. You know, just happened over time.
I always wonder about that first guy that looked at a cow and thought, I'm going to get down there and have some of that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why not? You know, because they would have already been familiar with goat milk. No, they get it the same way.
Oh.
What's up?
Chevon, Chevon, is the culinary name for meat from an adult goat.
Huh. Like,
It has been kind of titled as, and everyone calls it mutton and mixes it in with like sheep meat. But Chevon is the technical term.
Is that French? What's French for goat?
What's French for goat?
Please.
Got. Oh, chèvre is feminine.
For goat?
And bouc. Chèvre, yeah.
Interesting.
And bouc is masculine.
I'm not sure how I knew that because it's not in my Duolingo. So a couple things. The kids were all using Duolingo. Now they won't because Duolingo reportedly fired all their humans and went full AI.
Yep.
Whether that's true or not, all the kids canceled their Duolingo, which is fine. I don't care what they do about that. And it's good if you're boycotting computers taking over the world. It's great. But also, I'm like traumatized how abusive Duolingo is. Like, I'm yelling at me all day that I have to keep up my streak. And like, I don't care about the streak. Like, wanted to learn a little bit of French.
Hi. Are you the kitty that has to get into all of my cupboards? Mm-hmm.
I'm the kitty that's going to eat your brains while you're sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any worry about that. There's nothing there. Yeah. That's probably one reason why I, would prefer that you didn't go up there. But, you're a cat. You're going to do what kitties do. Boop.
Do cats ever get hurt climbing?
Did they ever get hurt
Yeah.
climbing?
Yeah. Like if you're a pet owner, do you have to like take your cat in for a splint every now and then, or they just?
I doubt, unless if they're outdoor cats, there's a chance they might wreck themselves falling out of a tree or whatever. But yeah.
Is that a real thing? Cats get
What?
stuck in trees and then the fire department comes?
Yep.
Does the fire department?
Sometimes a cat will decide I don't want to come down and
Claw the face off the firefighter?
And someone will come and rescue them. Yeah.
I thought that was a myth.
No,
I have not firefighters though.
Well, could be the neighbor with a ladder,
But a whole fire truck would show up and lift the cat out of the tree?
Yeah, that would happen in places where it's a pretty quiet town.
Those quiet towns have volunteer firefighters. Do they really?
Yep. They might, it's the good neighbor thing kind of a thing. If no one else can do it,
Especially if they're in.
Fred's got the fire truck with the ladder. They'll reach that far, Oh, okay. Yeah. That's.
Well, my uncle's a volunteer firefighter, and he was also a teacher. So the way that would work is he'd be teaching, and if there's a fire,
he'd have to stop.
Someone would come and get him.
Yep.
And he'd put his boots and hat on and go out and fight a fire. And then somebody would have to take over his class. Like that understood thing that you get to leave class to go fight a fire, which I think is pretty telling that there are people that would rather just walk out of their classroom and go into a burning building than have to teach all day.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be the primary reason for a lot of people who do that.
It's adjacent.
It is connected,
It's
though.
adjacent reasoning. Well, because honestly, if it was okay, so you do the good in the world and you're saving people. I get that, right? I'm not putting that down. But like, if it was too horrific to go from one to the other, oh, shut up, Lily.
Do
But I can actually imagine it being kind of livable. Like, oh, good, I can get out of here.
Yeah, if it was a really tough day.
Every day is a tough day.
Probably, well, we're going for extra really, really tough then. How's that?
Every day is an extra really, really tough day.
Oh,
I would have given anything to be in a burning building today.
okay. Boop. Okay. We have liftoff. Let's see if we have painting.
I was watching Apollo 13 with my science class because I wanted them to get excited about
Yeah.
the size of space and how big things are, and just the neatness about how they solved all the problems with science.
Yeah.
It might be a little too close to Christmas to get hope for the kids to get too engaged with anything. And then I bought myself a game that I'm hoping the school will buy called,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Can you read this for me? What's that say?
It's called Soko Bond.
No, there's no way. I can't read English. Why would I try and learn French? And so what happens is you, here, I'll show you if you'd like. You move these, you got to make them, oh, I'm stuck. The chemical bonds. And I really enjoyed that. So I'm hoping to get a class full of those so I can engage my students with some fun learning. Did we invite Georgia to my to our party?
Oh, no, we can do that.
Yeah, do it. Because now I have a car for her. We heard from Georgia? What should I paint now? Oh, I like your goat. Where did you find the goat anatomy pictures you were just looking at?
I looked up goat meat.
Goat meat.
Oh, I looked up goat screaming.
No, it might have been more like
I looked up
those
goat,
that flailed.
goat meat, yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't it. Might have been goat carousel.
Oh, yeah, goat carousel. Really good.
I just read The Shining. How to spell carousel?
Mm-hmm.
AROSEL.
And it was such a sweet story. And I was shocked how sweet it was. And then we did watch the film, which wasn't bad. But I'm shocked how just sweet it was.
Excuse me.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking at. Ta-ta!
The vintage ones are so cool.
Where do you want to go to see a goat carousel?
I want to go to the Rock on the Hill.
Let's see this again.
Rock on the Hill.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
And they have goats? Why do you think that's going to happen?
It's like remember in Gods?
Yeah.
And they went, so it's a real place. And
But how do you know it actually has goats?
I'm going to look it up right now.
That's a great idea. And then what is it? Is it kind of like that long, what is it? Theo, are you coming Friday for soup?
Yes.
Do you like spicy?
I like everything, but I especially like spicy.
Okay, and do you like meat?
I enjoy meat, yes.
Okay.
I have not arrived at the point where I will refuse meat.
What? Okay, tell me what it is though. What is it, like a fun house or what?
Yeah,
is it?
it's like a crazy person put together a museum of crazy things. House on the Rock.
Is
in
it kind of
Wisconsin.
like that guy in Radium that had like the
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it free? I really want to go to Falling Water, actually.
Yes, I do too.
That's been really haunting me. And actually today, I thought it was kind of crappy that we haven't made plans to go to Budapest. Is that funny? You're like, I don't have any problem going to Budapest, Rich. But I think we should go to Budapest. I guess I said that in front of your mom today too, right?
$37.
To go to Budapest?
No, to go to Wisconsin.
What are you talking about?
House on the Rock.
Oh, it's $37 to go into the house.
Yeah.
How big is the house?
It looks huge.
Let me see.
Sorry.
I need more information about what it is because I'm like it doesn't register something that makes sense.
Imagine like, look, this is like the entrance. It's like a fever dream.
It's like a fun house.
Yeah, it's like a fever dream.
Theo, have you been to the House on the Rock?
I'm pretty sure I haven't, and it sounds like it's in some state.
Yeah, it's in Wisconsin, and it's like a nightmare.
What year is it from?
1945. Construction started in the 40s.
Does it say anything about why?
Yeah, it started.
As a joke?
Started in the 40s, open to public in 60.
Why? What were they doing for 20 years in this space?
Like building and adding, and there's like gardens, streets, rooms. It's like an underground tunnel. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Is it like the story of Owen first, or what do we?
Yeah. What?
How did this come to be?
Okay. You know what?
Interesting. There's one biographer of the guy who made it, placing the inspiration for the house in a meeting between Alex Jordan Jr. and Frank Lloyd Wright. According to Bayum, at some unspecified time between 1914 and 23, supposedly drove with Boyum to Taliesin to show Wright the plans for a building. He wanted Wright's approval, but Wright looked at the plans reportedly and said, "I wouldn't hire you to design a cheese crate or a chicken coop. You're not capable."
Is it safe?
Well, it's been around since.
That doesn't mean anything.
I don't think it's safe, no.
Okay. I don't need it to be safe. Like, that's not my criteria. It's just a matter what your dad will say if
There
we
is
die.
also a thing refuting the claims, so that might just have been like
Refuting what claim?
that he.
Spoke to Frank. Lloyd
Yeah,
Wright?
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's funny. It's a funny story. So it's on top of Deer Shelter Rock, like a natural.
How does one get there?
You drive.
And where did you say it is?
In Wisconsin.
What is that geographically? Is it near? Can we go there?
It's on the East Coast.
But can we go there and
Oh yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright.
Falling Water?
Yeah. Sorry, I took over talking about this.
Yeah. I spent all night asking you to talk, and then
I
you apologize for doing what I asked you to do. Blink twice if you need an extraction. Hey, you know what I was craving just right now?
What?
What was it? Might have been Chianti's. It wasn't the food, it was the ambience. But would it be Chianti's I was craving, or was it the Indian place next to it? Either one. They had kind of the same similar vibe, didn't they?
Sorry, tell me again. Chianti's and what?
There was like an Indian, the green leaf or something.
Green chili.
Green. I'm going to work into this when this dries. It's pretty nice starting point. Sorry.
Boop. Boop.
Okay. What else should I draw?
1,000 miles, Pennsylvania to Wisconsin.
Doesn't matter.
It's still kind of exciting.
Hey, yeah, what's the mileage on your car?
That is not true. That's wrong.
I'm almost at 20,000 K. And I got it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I use it for two main things: going bowling and going to my friend's house.
I just hit 200,000 kilometers in my Volkswagen, which I thought would last forever. And then I suddenly realized it's not even going to last very long.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jesus, you drive out to Cochrane and back 5 times a week, 9 months of the year. That's going to put a few miles on your vehicle.
Yeah, then we keep driving it to LA.
Yeah, and that always adds a little bit too, for sure. Yeah.
But I had it in my brain that if I took care of my car, I would beat the odds and it wouldn't matter. I could just keep going. And then I started reading when I hit 200, I was like 200,000 kilometers. That seems like a lot. And then I was like checking to see what the record is for the most miles on a Volkswagen.
And was it a Volkswagen Beetle?
Well, yeah, because it takes a while to put on the world record. I think the Beetle, like an original Beetle, might have had like. Do you know what the record is for any car? Like the most mileage for a car?
Nope, I don't.
The Beetle I did look up was like in service for like 40 years, and it had the engine replaced 3 times and the transmission replaced twice. And
Mm-hmm.
kind of think under like extreme care and circumstances, it made it to 1,000,000 kilometers or 1,000,000 miles or something. Oh, that's the other thing. I must have 200,000 kilometers on my car, not miles.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long a car can last. The guy at work was saying he had a truck that lasted 160.
It's poor engineering.
Well, it's just terrifying to think that, like, I just assumed my car would last forever. I guess because I've often bought cars that were at the end of their life. So it's like I'd buy a car and be like, well, let's see how many years I get out of this. And then teaching, I was, driving cars on their deathbed for my first 2 years. And then it became that I was like missing work because my vehicle wasn't secure enough to get me to work, which was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tell that. Have you ever seen the Graduate?
Yep.
So
back when it first came out.
Yeah. So I had to pick Oliver up in Cedarbrae, and I taught in Temple, and it was a 50-minute drive. And most of the year I had a kind of a decent window to get there, but it was $10 a minute at the daycare if I was late. And during wrestling season, it was really tight. I think I was leaving at 5 and I needed to be there by 6, or it was $10 a minute. And one day I was a good 40 minutes away by foot. And no, I was on foot. I was probably, I don't know the numbers, but I was coming on Elbow Drive, and I needed to get to deep into Cedarbrae, and my car broke down on Elbow Drive, and I had to run I had 40 minutes to cover, and I had 20 minutes to get there. So I literally sprinted.
You stopped space and time and just like
A parka and like snow boots and minus 30. I was like running full sprint to pick Oliver up from the daycare. And I thought I was going to die. I was like, I can't afford like 10 minutes. I can't afford 1 minute being late, and there's no way I can get there. And I was running so hard. I thought I was going to die.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah. Now, the only thing is there was one lady at the daycare that was always later than me. And so I didn't end up having to pay the fines most of the time, because even on that day, I think I was still 15 minutes late, but the other lady wasn't there yet. So kind of worked out that I was okay, because they only charged the last person that was late.
that's so awful, but good.
Yeah.
What kind of a fucked up system is that, by the way? Being charged late.
Well, I think it's because, if you're running a daycare, you want to have your day end. And if you're not strict about the time, people might show up like 7 o'clock, like, I was just having some drinks with my friends. And so.
Yeah, well, there's this thing called, the phones, and, you tell people that I'm going to be late or whatever. It would be nice if,
My other problem is I remember I take things very literally. So I think the rule at the daycare was it was 10 minutes, $10 a minute for the first 15 minutes. And then they were going to stick the kid out in the field and just leave them. And they were probably just saying that to scare me. But I remember thinking that Oliver would be
In a field.
just guided out the front door to wait for me. So
Little Oliver. No.
it's not uncommon for people in my life to think that I need to be like extra warned, like this is your last chance. It's like there's 10 more days left. There's like I even sort of like encourage for deadlines and stuff at school, like tell me the deadline is not the deadline. Give me like an early deadline and I'll probably make it in on time. So that's partly something I do to myself, but I drank the Kool-Aid as far as like it's probably the second closest I've ever come to dying while I was running.
Oh man.
Do you want to hear about the closest I came to dying when I was running? So the people I was staying with, the girl I was staying with, was in what's that place? Shaughnessy. And between Shaughnessy and Woodbine was this kind of like highway road. And I would go for these runs from Shaughnessy to whatever the area south of Shaughnessy is. It was kind of underdeveloped at the time. There was like a kind of where Bishop O'Byrne was. The first part of my run, I would run out of Shaughnessy and along McLeod Trail into this area that kind of broke into. Eventually, I'd go over the tracks again, and I would be in near the Safeway. What's the next area south of Shaughnessy?
I don't know this
Got me.
Yeah, I don't know this out.
Anyways, on the way back, there was this strip on this kind of open highway.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
And if I ran around the road was kind of plowed, and it was one of those like 8-foot berms next to me, so you couldn't really, once you're on the road, get back up onto the side. But it was so narrow, and it was kind of like a country road, like not quite highway, but not quite street, and there was not very good lighting, and there were houses up at maybe 100 or 200 meters up this kind of slope. But the only way to not get hit by a car was to go up onto this slope. And so I should have been snowshoeing, but I was only about 5 kilometers away from where I needed to be. And I was probably 3 kilometers away from like kind of like a space where I'd be back into like civilization. But I was kind of outside of civilization. And I was stuck running on the snowy part instead of the road.
At the goat.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
The snowy part was about 4 inches of frozen ice and then about 4 feet of powder. Mm-hmm. And if I tried really lightly, I could run 2 or 3 steps without breaking through the ice and falling into the snow. But if I relaxed my concentration in the slightest, my feet would push through the ice and I would kind of drop face first into the snow. And so I was just like, oh, I just need to run a little farther. And I couldn't imagine like going up to somebody's doorbell and ringing the bell and saying like, it's too cold for me to stop running. Could I come in for a minute? I didn't have that confidence. But I also got to the point where I was so exhausted and it was so cold out that I was running until my legs would lose all of their strength and they'll go into some kind of paralysis where like I'd go to step and it would be like I didn't have a leg and it would just drop face first into the snow. And I kind of did this for about 1 kilometer where I'd run 3 steps. And I remember laying in the snow, like speaking to my legs, like, come on, legs. And like, they weren't moving. They were just like dead. There was like nothing left. No, because when you say that, it sounds like I was tired, but it wasn't so much I was tired.
Yeah.
The nerve endings were kind of like not working properly.
Yeah.
And I was like wanting to move my legs, but they weren't responding. And so I was like, I was talking to my legs, like, come on, Rich, you're going to die if you don't get, and I remember thinking like, I probably would have like fallen and frozen to death in the snow before I had the foresight to go up and ring somebody's bell. Like later on, it occurred to me, I was only, a couple 100 meters away from getting into the community where I could have just rang somebody's bell, but I wasn't anywhere near safety. And I remember thinking like, wow, if my legs don't start working, I think I actually could like freeze out here and die. And I was so close that I was kind of still in the city that it seemed like shocking to me that I got myself into this position. But I was in it. I was completely in that position.
I was in that position.
On that same road, years earlier, Bob and Cam kind of lived out there when they were in art school. I'd gone from a road and kind of like lost track of where I was. And so it wasn't quite the 22X, but it was kind of like on the way out there to the 22X. And I ended up running to Woodbine when I thought I was running. I thought I was going to be getting like close to Canyon Meadows soon. and I ran all the way to Woodbine trying to find my way back into what I was calling civilization. And I ended up having to phone my mom and getting her to come pick me up at the gas station. I found my way to a gas station. I think I mooched a quarter and phoned for a ride because I had a shift at Co-op. Or I called collect off the payphone. But I'd just gone for a run. Like I'd had hours before my shift, and I was just going to run home from like
That is like wild to me. Like,
Shaughnessy
someone
to
who would just go for a run.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It's like, how did you get yourself into this? It's like, how did I never do that? Oh yeah, because I didn't go for runs.
Well, you know, it wasn't
like you lived in
when I was
exciting
about
life.
Felix's age. I remember I went for a bike ride with some friends, and we ended up at Woodbine. And somebody took a knife and stabbed the front tire of my bike. It was kind of an epic bike ride day, but it certainly wasn't a walking home distance.
Right.
How am I going to get you to stop sicking with that elbow?
You can't. I'm out of control. I apologize.
I love you, but stop sicking with the elbow.
Okay.
Autism. Anyways, pulled my dad up for a ride home from Woodbine. And he said, if you get there on your own, you can get back on your own. I said, but my bike has a flat tire now.
Things have changed.
And I had to walk home. It took me, I think, like 3 or 4 hours. But actually, you know, the good thing about that was I didn't have it in my mind that that was an impossible task. So on days back when I used to consume alcohol, if I was at the ship at anchor and having a drink, it was not beyond me to say, oh, well, I'm not working tomorrow. And I would walk home to Canyon Meadows in the minus 30s to avoid driving. So I think that was a benefit, that it wasn't unusual for me to walk almost half the night. And because I didn't need sleep, even if I worked the next day, I could walk all night and then not be hungover to go to work the next day because I walked it off. So I think it took about 3 hours to walk home from 17th Avenue to Canyon Meadows. Just enough to sober you up.
That would be a hike for sure.
I also remember when I was finishing art school, I got it in my head that I wasn't ready to move on with my life. And so the summer, the spring after finishing it, back then it was the Alberta College of Art, I enrolled in a drama class at Mount Royal. And on the last day we did monologues. And then the class, we weren't very close, but we all went out for a drink after the last class. And at that kind of like pub where we all went for a drink, we closed out the pub. It was like, you know, past closing time when we left. And somehow we realized almost everybody there had taken the bus to school. And these are all adults. It was like an adult class. It was weird that we all ended up in this position. But what we decided to do was just walk home. And so, like, I might have been in my mid-20s, and I think a lot of the people, it was a non-credit class, so a lot of people were kind of like maybe retired or trying something different with their life. And so we walked all the young ladies home to their houses. Like, there was a path where, and I remember we walked all night, me and this one guy tried to sell me Amway. I think he was about 60, and I was about 25. And we'd stayed up all night, half the night drinking. And then the rest of the night we spent walking people to their apartments. And then it was just him and I walking home around 6 a.m. And I remember it was like the first time I really noticed the sound of robins was after I walked. He lived He lived on that really big hill that we come down from the sword store. Like only if we're riding back from Northland Village will we go down like 19th Street in like a mansion. And I think he was in between jobs and he was renting a mansion for some reason. And he was also interested in Amway. It was like the 5th time somebody tried to pitch me Amway. And so, but yeah, I had a really amazing night chatting with this guy. It was like, I don't know.
So interesting.
Yeah, it was a really interesting night. And I just remember after I dropped him off, the silence of it and recognizing like the birds waking up and, you know, the sun coming up and the darkness going away. And it was really kind of an interesting, like once in a lifetime evening.
Sounds like Cannery Road.
So much like Cannery Row it really was. And actually the monologue I did wasn't Steinbeck, but it was very Steinbeckian.
Mhm. I like that.
And I remember a lot of that class was about loosening up and sort of embracing the lack of ego it takes to act. And I wasn't stuck on that. I didn't have a problem with like acting silly. So I remember it stuck in my mind when I started the class. They'd just like walk around and be bubbles. And I'm like, you know what? This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like monologues and see if I could act. And one of the things I found was,
Can I just move mine so I can show my goat?
yeah. One of the things was I recognized that I got really into my character. And I did feel it difficult to pull out of the character and go back to being me again. And this really sweet, I think he was Chinese young man who really went to all lengths to explain that he wasn't gay, but he fell in love with me, he said, in kind of broken English. While I was giving my mom, he's like, I'm not gay, but I found I was falling in love with you. It was like the earnestness on his face. It was like, it's a funny way to describe it, really. I think he was like being complimentary, but the way he worded it sounded really, maybe because I was used to art school where it was just a different vibe. People didn't speak that way.
Pretty sweet. That's a pretty sweet thing. Like, I think
Was
that's
it
nice...
the combination of him being nervous about what I might think of him, but then choosing that as the analogy, right? Like,
Well, I was gonna say, I think that's also a really nice thing that like he didn't have English as his first language, because then it's almost like more true. Like you're picking these words, like it's not as nuanced.
Come to think about it, maybe
not...
he was just saying like, I like your hair. You know, like,
yeah, like no, not hair, but like
No,
you
but-
moved him in some way,
Right.
and then that was the words that came out, and I think that's lovely.
oh yeah,
Like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
like those moments when we fall in love
Yeah.
because of art, like that tingle. Like maybe you didn't have a word for the tingle, you know, up the back of your
No, I
spine.
get it. Yeah.
So lovely.
His phrasing was pretty sweet too, but
Mhm.
it would be difficult for me to do in this day and age because it would sound like I was poking at his accent, and I wouldn't want to do that. But like there was an awkwardness to the phraseology as well.
That's sweet. Anything said in that earnestness, you can feel it too. So it's like endearing.
Yeah. But right away, I would not be an actor in any sort of healthy manner. Speaking of which, I was driving to work today thinking, like, I really would love to give Felix a chance to voice my book. But I'm just worried that if it didn't work out, if it'd be like devastating for him to do the work and then, because sometimes with professional stuff, you do the work, it's like, oh, this sucks, but you got to do it
You
again.
have to do it again,
yeah, like I'd be worried about letting him down.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also thinking that if he was warned in advance that sometimes you have to do this twice,
Mm-hmm.
he might either choose that he wants to do the voiceover, and that might be ideal, or also be interesting if Robin did it and we pitched down the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have faith that she would have the right sort of instincts for. It is kind of fortuitous that he reads so much that he kind of is the weird kid that might be able to just pick up and professionally narrate a Audible book. Like I think he did a better job than I did reading my Audible book.
Really good job.
'Cause he's a good reader.
So young before.
Yeah.
And he knows your stories.
Right. What's that?
I was writing down I'm like looking forward to making this, like, look at this page. Look at this page.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to making this a very aesthetically pleasing sketchbook. So I'm going back and like going into different pages too. And like,
I haven't done that in years. Like really and the trick is, I think, with what you're saying, coming back in and for the mistakes. And
I've never had a nice watercolor paper sketchbook either. I think. So it's like giving me that chance. Look at this mushrooms. I like the mushrooms.
What are we doing for time?
All the time in the world.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And I am going to say good night.
I think we might do a 9 o'clock show tonight too.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was really nice seeing you, Theo, and we're so glad you got your kitties.
Yes, so am I.
And we'll see you on Friday.
You will see me on Friday, 7 to 9, you said?
Yeah.
And you'll send me the secret ingredients to get into your place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like we kind of like, that's why we got the what do you call it? The mailbox too, because like sometimes you forget that like you're going online, you get telling everybody where you live.
Yeah.
So we want people to feel welcome, but also in this case, since it's their home, we're not putting
exactly
the address up for.
I look forward to it.
All right. Have a good night.
So you've got 2 days of terror and horror ahead of you as teachers. So I will let you.
Oh, want to know a secret?
No, but sure. Is it a bad secret?
No, it's a good secret. There's never 2 days of horror the way you say that. And I know I misled you to say like, oh, every day is awful.
Yeah.
But the kids are quite humane in the sense that if they torment you in a day, the next day they'll be good.
They'll be nice. Yeah.
It's like they know that if they torment you every day, it's not fun. They have to like let you grow back a sense of self-worth before they start tormenting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
So tomorrow will be bound to be, I hope, a good day with lots of like, oh, I'm sorry about how I acted yesterday.
There you go. Hey, that reminds me. You guys are in the Catholic school system, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm and my friend Paul Brown are applying to be PSCs in graphic arts.
Yeah.
So that we can put on artist trading card workshops in the school system.
Amazing.
Right. What's a PSC, please?
I've forgotten. Oh, hang on.
Is it kind of like the form you have to fill out to work in the schools?
It's just hang on. I will tell you in a second. All inboxes. Blah. Oh, look, I got 25,000 new things. Cool. Where are we? Okay. It is a program support contractors for visual arts.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I met this lady at Keith Daldish and Catherine were doing a home showing of their art,
Yeah.
and got talking with her, and turns out she was the person who you talk to if you want to do stuff in the graphic side of the Catholic School Board.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
uh,
That is super fun.
yeah, cool. And I just got a response from them. They've sent me some application forms. Good stuff. All right.
That is so cool.
Who knows? You know, you might be able to drag me out to Cochrane with Paul, and we put on an artist trading card workshop for all of your horrid students that, you know.
That would be really fun, Theo. Oh my
The
gosh.
students really are wonderful.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were doing it, when it was part of the T-Rex program, that was some of the most fun I've ever had. Yeah. So
Oh, that's so exciting. That's amazing.
anyway, yeah. I think it'd be really great if we can put on artist trading card workshops. You know, be sweet. Anyway, love you guys.
Very fun.
Love you.
Love
Take
you.
care.
See you. Bye.
Hey, have you got your police check?
Well, that's one of
that part
the,
of
I
it?
did. Paul and I did that when we were doing the T-Rex programs. That's got to be 15 years ago now. So
Yeah, we have to do
I'll have
it
to,
more
I'll
recently.
have to do another one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that good stuff. All righty.
Okay.
Take care,
Have a good
guys.
night. Bye.
Friday. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it?
She's fiery. This is kind of Frankensteinish.
What is?
This.
Yeah.
He has long arms. I wanted to do a base and then go in with like details after.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know why I drew an inky cap mushroom beside him.
Well,
What the heck?
all right, you singing us a song?
I knew a man
Bojangles.
Bojangles and he danced for you with the worn out shoes. I should look up the words.
Mr. Bodango.
Shh, hold on. Sorry, I should have. Oh.
So I'm trying to repair this. This is a ceramic bowl that was made by another artist.
Yeah?
And they gave it to me because it actually, they broke it. And then I had it fixed and I stepped on the lid, like on the lip. Right
Yeah.
here. And so this stuff is called foam air clay. And I'm trying to see if I can repair the lid. It actually has UV resin on underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's together. And then there was a piece missing. I didn't put it in because it didn't fit. So I just did the foam clay. And then after this cures, it takes a little while. It's starting to get warm right now because it's like a clay you mix two parts together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can sand it. And then I'm going to try and put resin on top of just this piece, this white part, to reinforce it. I've never tried it before, so I'm always like, try before, might as well try.
Totally.
It's not going to wreck it. Like, it doesn't matter. It's going to have two little tigers sitting in a bowl of noodles.
Oh, cool. It's going to be a sculpture.
Yeah, so it'll be a
Oh, yeah. That's
there's some stuff in it. So if it doesn't work, that's fine. It's like, I'll give it to another artist and I'll say, hey, use it for something else.
nice. Yeah.
I'm just trying something different just because I was thinking of doing it for a while and I just hadn't. It's been sitting on the floor. And I
nice.
just cleaned my floor.
If it's a sculpture, for sure. Like, you don't need to worry about it being food safe or anything. But
Yeah, so the person who makes these, he doesn't make the bowls anymore. Apparently they break too quick. I think it's made with red clay because when it broke, it actually had clay that was red inside.
that's so nice. I really loved making like really rich oxide clays.
But if I know Rich wanted to use resin or something, you could try the foam clay.
Yeah.
It sticks to everything, so you have to wear gloves. That's why you could see me before you saw me mixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an idea if you want to try it to make little figures.
Very cute.
Very cool.
Always things to try out.
Yeah, it's something new to try.
Totally.
Next, I think it's next week. Next week I have my birthday, which is 5 days from Christmas.
Yeah, next week's your birthday and next month's my birthday. It's always your birthday first.
So I'll be 56.
That is so exciting.
What are you doing for your birthday, Kelly?
Same as we always do. I always have the traditional Shirley Temple on my day, on my special day. We go to the keg and have something.
That's amazing.
And then usually come home and then that's watch TV or something. Like I don't really do too much.
What are you watching on TV these days?
I'm watching My Kitchen Rules UK.
What's that?
I haven't watched Strangers. I actually just binge watched Grey's Anatomy, and I sat there last night. Well, I couldn't sleep, so I was weeping at 5 in the morning.
Did you say weeping
Weeping, crying.
over Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, because some of the stuff was like, oh. That's the only time I actually ever weep or cry.
Yeah,
When it's
especially if you're by yourself.
Well, I'm by myself or with the cat, right? So, but when I can't sleep, I was cleaning my room while watching TV, while on the computer, right? So, and then I sold my old laptop to a caregiver. Her husband her husband took her laptop, so she had no way of doing her spreadsheets and stuff. So I said, "Oh, I'll sell you mine for cheap," and she's like, "Okay." So she got it for like a good deal, and then I had to back up everything. And this is the new laptop, which is a gaming laptop.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
What
So
game?
it's only got 8 gigs around, which is fine. I don't need that much. But I mostly use it for research and Excel sheets and for Isle of Roux and stuff. So,
Nice.
but that's all I usually use it for streaming. But yeah, no, next week will be fun. And then I have a market on the 13th. On Saturday, it's a
Cool.
what is it? Furry Christmas party. It's a
Yeah.
thing. So we'll see how that goes. And then next week maybe I'll show you the new suit I got. I bought it from someone that's on Etsy on sale. I don't like normally cute stuff, so I thought I'd get it. So I'll be on stream next week and I'll show you. It's quite cool. It's cute.
That's fun.
It's kind of like an anime thing. It's like Japanese kind of thing. So
Very fun.
But-
Awesome.
Rach looks pretty tired.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's been a week.
We had an event. We had an event last night at my school as well. So
It's gonna be very cold tomorrow. Bundle.
Yeah.
Go up.
not that cold in the car.
Wow, no, but
We don't really see the world anymore. Get up and go to school in the dark and come home in the dark. And
I have morning supervision.
yeah, same thing. I go to my mom's in the dark, come back in the dark.
Yeah.
But it happens, I guess. I saw that. Was that a picture of your dad that you took?
probably me.
No, it was an older guy.
I think that was me, Kelly. But
No,
thanks.
it's your mom.
Oh,
Oh, it was your mom.
It was
I thought your
Priscilla.
dad.
I think you're talking about me. I just look rough.
No.
No.
I think it was a picture of your. I thought it was a picture of your dad
What was he doing?
laying in bed or something.
It was
Oh,
Priscilla.
it's my mom.
That was your mom.
Yeah.
How's she doing? Okay.
She's old.
She's not that old.
No, she's not doing well.
Oh, that's
Old.
sorry.
My mom's got Parkinson's, so like she's struggling.
Yeah, I know people with Parkinson's. I had a friend that died of Parkinson's recently, I think 2 years ago.
Yep.
And then my mom has the Alzheimer's with the dementia. And she's regressing, so now she thinks she's in a teenage state.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's eating a lot of chocolate pudding.
Oh.
So
We can't have your pudding.
yeah,
You
so
don't eat your Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, so pudding and not really eating yogurt, not listening to the caregiver, rebelling, won't take a shower. The rebel stage, I guess. So I am not looking forward to going farther back.
That's hard.
But she's been declining since last year,
Yeah.
so it's been rapid.
How old is your mom?
Turned 80. My dad's 84, and he was in the hospital 2 days ago with an infection in his lungs.
Jesse's got an infection. Show her your tooth.
I don't have an infection anymore.
Oh, show the
They
tooth.
took it out. I can't. There is no tooth to show. There's
No,
a metal. There's a metal post I got
She's gonna have a
implant.
gold tooth soon, like a pirate.
Oh, you got an artificial tooth?
I
No,
got
she got a hole.
I got a rod of steel in my skull, and then I will have a gold tooth soon.
Oh,
It's
you have an implant like
Yeah.
me. I have two in the upper.
Hey, how long did they take?
How long did they take to heal?
No, like it's just the whole process. Did you get a tooth out?
So yeah, the teeth out, the implant. It took 8 months for me to heal because I had two.
After the tooth came out, you went without a tooth for 8 months,
Yeah.
and then they stuck a piece of metal in and screwed it.
Oh no, they stick a tooth on it. So they take an impression of your jaw, then they create this tooth, and then they put it like it's a screw, and they screw it in. It's really cool, actually.
Does it? How
is
do
cool.
how do they get it so that it screws without like banging into the teeth in the front and the back? They must have the.
I think it goes in a certain way. There's a post part, and then there's the tooth that goes around that post.
But if the tooth actually spins, how do they get it so dead centered that it's not banging into the front and back
I
teeth?
think they shave it down before it goes in.
So that when it's done, is there space? There must be a gap.
I have a small gap.
Okay, yeah. So if they can spin it, there
It's a
needs to
very
be
small gap.
Okay.
The cool thing about having an implant, Jesse,
Yeah.
if you get it, it's fake, but if you ever crack it, they just replace it.
I want one that I can pull in
I'm-
and out when I want, like screw
I'm
it,
getting
screw it, like when I want to be a
gold,
pirate.
so
yeah.
hopefully.
You're getting a gold one, right?
Yeah.
Is it the white gold one or the yellow?
No, I want yellow gold. It's just like I want like the old school because there's like it doesn't crack. It's not.
Yeah, I got the yellow gold. I think it is.
See your tooth.
Yeah.
Or it's not yellow. It's white gold. I got the white gold
Oh, nice.
because I grind my teeth at night. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I needed to get something stronger.
Yeah, totally.
Edible gold.
It's the best. Gold is the best.
Yeah, the best one you can get because you don't want to. It won't break and all that nice stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, good luck. I'm hoping you get it. It takes about 6 months. When did you have it done?
I got my tooth out in June, and then I got the implant in just last week, and then now I think it has to heal for a couple months again because it's
Yeah,
like
6 months. They usually say 6 months. And did you get the cadaver bone, whatever?
I had to get a bone graft when they took the tooth out because I had like the infection went through my skull into where my brain cavity was. So they did the bone graft
This explains
before
why you like me. Got an
infection in the
infection in your
brain.
cavity.
So did you have to? Is it upper or lower?
Upper.
So did you have to have what is it? Sinus lift?
No, I didn't. I just got.
Did you have a sinus?
Bone.
No, I had to have a sinus lift because it was right underneath.
What's a
So
sinus?
what they do is you can't sneeze for a whole day. 2 days actually. They said don't sneeze because you can blow out the.
Oh my god.
So I didn't like that because I had an itchy nose and I would just be like,
No. And then when someone tells you not to do something, of course you're gonna feel like you have to.
yeah. But
Oh
it's
God.
gonna take for you. It takes about between 3 and 6 months.
Nice.
Because they
Okay.
want it to be solid, and then they'll do the impression, and then it's not that long. And
How
once
do they replace their tooth if they already took out the tooth?
they did an impression, they have they can do an impression and do it digitally. I don't know how.
Gone, though.
But like you're saying, maybe the
They're just gonna
3D,
put a random tooth
like the
in?
3D imaging.
But don't they want to?
Just put a hunk of gold in. I don't care. Just
Are they gonna like
I'll give my rings. You can melt it down.
copy your other
You
tooth?
can do it.
Are they gonna copy your other tooth and flip it? Like just
They might have actually taken an impression on your other side of your other tooth to match it to the other side.
Yeah.
That's another
and
thing.
then flip screen, just hit flip horizontal.
Flip horizontal. Yeah.
The cool thing about the impressions that I like is that you can like I got my old impressions. I actually stuck the old fake teeth in my bear.
That's cute. I like that.
So I had them
You know why I'm not laughing at that, Kelly?
because it's scary.
No, because as soon as you said I got impressions, I'm like, well, you put them in a bear.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I
asked if I could
you
keep them.
said, yeah, there are things that surprised me. As soon as you said impressions, I'm like, of course they went in a bear.
Oh, actually, because
Is it a special bear that you kept though? I hope.
I haven't finished him. He's on the back burner because I have his
Is it
mouth.
your
is not
special
big
like whoa epic bear, or you're not going to sell the bear with your teeth?
He's
in
going to
it?
be like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of looking bear.
nice.
I'm not done with him.
What is the Five Nights at Freddy's?
It's a video game.
It's a movie. It's also a video game.
What's it about? A bear?
There's like
It's about bears that come and scare the crap out of you.
Is it Mark Wahlberg doing the voice for the bear?
no, that's
No.
a different movie.
Why don't I know stuff like this?
I haven't seen I have not seen the movie, and I've only played the game for 5 minutes and I got bored.
Want to know something I don't know? I don't know. I can't retain what song everybody's talking about when they say Mariah Carey's Christmas song. And all the
I just
time,
heard it immediately when you said that.
yeah, all the time I'll hear like a Christmas song and I'm like, is this that Mariah Carey Christmas song? They're like, no, this is somebody else. And I'm like, my brain won't record this information that there's a song. I know that there's a song everybody hates, but I know that I think I kind of know what Mariah Carey sounds like, but I'm not sure really. Could just like when the first time I ever heard One Direction, I was in Safeway. And there was a boy band playing. I'm like, this isn't Backstreet Boys. It's not Boys to Men. It's not New Kids on the Block. I'm like, this must be One Direction. And then I asked somebody, and they're like, I think this is One Direction.
The only music I listen to is trance, usually half the time, anyways.
Yes.
So I don't really listen or Backstreet Boys, which is old.
That is so good.
Sing me some Backstreet Boys.
No, I can't sing with my voice.
Will you sing me some Backstreet
I've been
Boys?
trying. No, not back. I was gonna sing like 20 minutes ago, but now
Sing
I'm
me some
tired. I'm
Backstreet
angry.
Boys. Oh.
I'm angry and tired.
Angry and tired.
I'm angry and tired.
I'm obnoxious. Sing me some Backstreet Boys. It doesn't matter who you are or where you've been.
Where you been?
Now you sing it to me.
As
Like I have a sketchy
long
past.
as you love me, baby.
Are you gonna sing it?
Angry
I
and tired.
think you had a CD of this album.
Yeah, of course I did. I keep looking up
Of
lyrics
course
and
I
then
did.
you keep talking about other stuff.
Sing
and
me
now
some Backstreet Boys. You've
Uh.
never sang the Backstreet Boys to me.
The Backstreet Boys and what was the other one I listened to?
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, yes.
although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I am blind, risking it all in a glance. And how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're here.
I feel so
with
conflicted
me.
right now.
I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love. I'm doing all the harmonies.
I
and
remember like 5 seconds ago when you acted you didn't want to do
everything.
this.
You asked for it. You have to sing through all
Can I
of the
tell you
verses.
something I'm finding absolutely impossible?
Every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Doesn't really matter if you're on the run. It feels like we're meant to be. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say it's indistinguishable between that and the Spice Girls when you sing it in your female voice, which I'm actually
Right.
quite impressed that I've never heard this before. But
I
like,
don't care.
yeah, it's like there's like it must be the same songwriter
It's
for
the
all
same.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Can you sing me a Spice Girls now?
Yeah.
I worked for the Spice Girls. Did you know that? The artwork went right to their office. It was the weekend that Ginger left the Spice Girls.
God damn it, Ginger.
It's okay.
It's okay. You're so gentle. Why did my phone die?
I know you know all the words. What's the one about having to be friends with their friends?
Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
I don't know why my phone's not working. Kaputski.
It's pretty old. Oh no, mine was acting weird too. I'll take a light reading. It's F8, speed 0.5. We don't have 0.5. F1. Can't take a photo in here.
Why don't I know that?
What?
I'm trying to think of the name of the.
If you want to get with me, oh, you got to be my lover. If you want to be my lover,
Oh, like Wannabe?
Gotta be
That's
my
not really a good song to sing.
let's do it.
No.
Come on. No.
There's a really nice song.
What is it?
Oh.
Is this the Spice Girls?
No,
This
I
is a
can't tell you.
generation gap for us, by the way, and maybe a gender gap.
I'm trying to find a song that I know what the words, like the tune is.
Are you doing karaoke?
No, I'm trying to hear the, like the tune, the melody.
It's all the same. You just sing those Backstreet Boys and
Swing it, shake it, move it, make it. Who do you think you are? Trust it, use it, prove it, groove it. Show me how good you are. You're swelling. Oh, I don't know. I don't
Did
know.
you see the
these
Spice Girls movie?
Yes.
Should we watch that together?
No.
What's it about? Is it kind of like Kiss Meets the Phantom?
I don't know why.
There's a
know any
movie
of
called
these
Kiss Meets the Phantom, and it was just bizarre. Kind of like it had that monkey's logic.
It's very monkeys.
Is it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're gonna
100%.
take a
Hard
band-
Day's Night, but with girls,
and then okay,
and
that's
they're
actually,
like running around with short skirts.
right. So Kiss Meets the Phantom was kind of like halfway between the Monkees and the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah, that's
I'd watch that.
okay. That's way better. This was not Rocky Horror.
I wanna rock and roll all night. I'm part of it.
Part of every day. So like rational, so logical.
And party every day.
Part of every day.
Mm-hmm. So it's over.
You have to click go, not like just exit. You have to
Oh,
end stream.
luckily I